Let's look at some of the stuff that's on here. So, and this is a summary of it. The firearms license required, you must be 21. Okay, in order to get a license, you have to, in this bill, you have to have a license in order to have a firearm. There's no grandfather clause. There's nothing, getting factored in. It's 8. I messed up the numbering when I was doing that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you must be 21 to get this license. You have to complete 24 hours of gun safety training course. You must undergo a psych evaluation.
Done by who?
We'll get into in a little bit, but independent psychologists. Anyways.
Hired by who?
Exactly. So there's multi-tiered license. You could get one for display of an antique firearm, a standard, or a military style. The military license requires additional 24 hours safety course. Licensing is revoked immediately for anyone indicated of a crime, which the sentence lasts longer than a year. Okay. Also, this is going to discriminate against those who have seen a therapist or had to get mental health treatment. Okay, victims of abuse, people with depression. Depression is specifically laid out in this. Veterans seeking care for PTSD. Depression and addiction are specifically mentioned, guys. Okay, plus the licensing itself is expensive. Okay, adding on to that, it requires an $800 annual government insurance fee. So you have to pay $800 a year just for the privilege of owning your gun. Wait a second. This is a Second Amendment right. This is your right. And now they are telling you, we're going to make it against the law for you to own a gun unless you have a license and pay an $800 a year fee.
Question. Why do you have to pay the attorney general every year to own a gun if this is about them honestly trying to stop murder? Do you see? Follow the money. It always goes to government. They never have enough. Do you understand? That's exactly what's happening. This is why they want more control. They want your money. If they can't get it one way, they're going to find another way to do it. And they're doing it here. Like, honestly, if you think about it, people have been restricted to their homes.
Yeah. Not allowed to go out. Not allowed to work.
What you got to restrain my gun use for? What you got to restrain my gun use for? Think about it. This is crazy. Guys, I'm telling you, they got you in so many fights, so many things to nitpick out. There's so many distractions that we're not even thinking straight anymore. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening. And they love it.
That's good.
They love it.
Yeah. Mandatory nationwide firearms registration database. So all firearms owned shall be registered under penalty of up to $150,000 and 15 years in prison. So you have to register the serial, the make, the model, the date, the identity of the owner, and the location of where the firearm will be stored to be collected and maintained in a database by the U.S. Attorney General. Here's the best part. Here's the best part. Names and information of all those who may have access to the firearm shall be collected as well. This information to be accessible by state, local, and federal police, military, as well as state and local governments and the public. It's going to be public knowledge.
Because this is about safety, right? This is no longer about the Fourth Amendment, unreasonable searches and seizures. They're just doing it. Okay? Anybody that, oh my gosh, this is so hard to talk about. Because you know how, like, when you've been saying this for a long time, people looked at you like a kook, and you're like, I'm not. I just can see like 10 years ahead.
Where they're going.
Yeah, and it's not prophetic. I'm not claiming to be. I hate it when people are like, I see prophetically that they're going to take gun. No, that just happens in a bad society, okay? I'm not claiming to be a prophet here.
The human condition.
The human condition will always lead to enslavement. Read the Bible. That's what happened to the children of Israel consistently. When they became despotic and they became immoral, that's what happened. But I do believe we're turning the tide. So I'm not giving any false hope here or anything that's wrong. But find this out. If we don't register our guns, even though you and I have never committed a crime with our gun, I get a $150,000 fine or 15 years in jail. When a murderer can get off in 5, or if he does a plea, he can get off quicker. 5 to 10 years.
Yep.
But if I don't register, if I don't pay my taxes, I get 20 years in jail. Oh, it happened to a friend of mine. That's why I'm saying. But you can murder somebody, it's okay. You can rape somebody, dude, they get off quicker.
Yeah, heck, a lot of rapists get off a couple of years, whatever. And the beautiful part is, it's available to all the public. So now all the public knows whether or not you own a gun, because if your name's not on that registry and on that list, well, the good chance is you don't own a gun. So really, the people who are like, I don't own guns, I don't care about guns, whatever, do what you need to do, you're now more vulnerable because now they know you don't own a gun. And if I were going to rob a house, man, I'd be looking through that list going,
exactly
they
right,
don't have
dude.
one, they don't have one,
That's
they don't have
exactly
one,
right.
they don't want it. Guess what? I have one because I bought it on the black
Oh,
market.
but you know what they're going to tell you? We'll call the police. Wait, the ones you wanted to fund?
And take 7 minutes average.
If longer,
to get
10
there?
minutes at least. At least, right? Think about this. Just think about what's happening right now. Just think through this. Think through the whole progression. And government loves to write all this stuff and pass it overnight. They never want you to think about it. This is why they pass bills at 5 a.m. when they got them at 2 a.m. This is why they do that. They don't have time to read it. But how many pages was the last stimulus bill? They were complaining about it.
Man.
They couldn't even get through it. I think even AOC complained about it.
Yeah, she did. She did.
She was like, well,
good for her.
2,000 pages. I can't even read this.
Yeah.
We're just going to pass it. Look what they're doing. I'm telling you. And guess what? It's the same people that are career politicians telling you that it's the politicians that are doing wrong. The same career politicians, the ones that we got to vote out. That's why you need to be involved in every single sphere of government.
Yep.
Locally.
And get all of them out.
That's right.